Three, two, one, zero.
I'ma press play every time.
The funny don't stop, show. The funny don't stop, hey. The funny don't stop, show. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop, show. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop, show. The funny don't stop, hey.
My name is Halo Thomas, and you're listening to the Funny Don't Stop Show.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Another Tuesday. What's up, y'all? I'm your host, Alex Thomas.
I'm Savvy Amusing.
I am Sid Brass.
What up? I'm Doc Clark.
Hey, y'all, I'm Betsy Cox.
And I'm Raul Guzman.
And you're watching the Funny Don't Stop Show. That's right, we back. It's another Tuesday. Everybody's looking good. We stay positive on this show. I don't care what's going on in the rest of the world right now. I mean, we care about what's going on in the rest of the world, but we got to keep smiles on our faces. We got to find positive in everything. And, here at the Funny Don't Stop Show, we find the funny in everything. How's everybody doing?
Oh, we're doing great, man.
Good,
I'm doing great, man.
Yeah.
You good?
Good, man.
What you up to, Savvy?
Hey, man, looking at the circumstances, what's going on in the world, the fact that we just here and able to clown and talk to each other and we all in good spirits, I would say I'm doing good.
Absolutely. Betsy?
I'm doing good. Yeah, looking at the world, it's definitely crazy out there. And prayers to all the people who are going through the craziness.
Absolutely. Said Brass?
Of course, man. It is a very volatile climate right now, man. A lot of conversations going in a lot of different forums. So I'm excited to actually just be in another forum to actually vent and get it all out, man. So
absolutely,
let's
man.
get it.
It's actually very therapeutic when we get it up our chest every week. I know I feel great. I don't know who works out here, but after a great workout, you feel like, oh my God, I really do feel better. It's kind of like that every Tuesday when we sit here and talk and laugh. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate you guys. How you feel, Raul?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm still healing from the dislocated finger.
Oh, wow. Man. You put enough ice on it. Did it go down?
Man, I don't know if it's swollen or my fingers are just regular fat, though.
Hey, you could be an old fat finger motherfucker. You don't know. You know what I mean?
It looks the same, but it feels swollen.
Right.
So I don't know if it's bad still. So I'm
good thing you don't play piano, because if that piano behind you, if you had to do a concert tonight, you probably would have to cancel because you need that finger.
Yeah, man. I ain't that damn good yet.
What's up? Two keys at one time with that finger.
You're going to go up in front of 30,000 people sold out, and all you're going to play is chopsticks.
I'll be on that DJ Mustard keys.
Right. What's up, Doc? How you doing, bro?
All good, man. I'm cool. Just basically echoing what everybody else said, man. Just crazy things that we're still discussing after everything that has, transpired, through the whole Corona thing and all that, man. Yeah. So, good to be alive, good to be able to express and be here. So, hopefully, like you said, we're going to make the best out of the situation, man.
Absolutely. And it's unfortunate, man, that, these fools are at it again. Another black man shot 7 times in the back on some unjust bullshit. I'm pretty sure we've all seen the video. In fact, first of all, our prayers go out to Jacob Blake. I mean, I know he's alive, which is absolutely amazing. God is with him. Angels have their arms around him, and let's pray that he gets through it. But, man, to get shot at point blank range, I mean, like, it was literally beyond point blank range. I mean, the cop literally had his left hand on his T-shirt and his right hand, he was just dumping into him. You know what I mean? In fact, it's very graphic for the people that have seen it. And if you haven't seen it, Raul, roll that clip real quick. No, go away. Roll that clip real quick, man.
And just to make, he's paralyzed. He is paralyzed.
He's paralyzed, yeah.
He's paralyzed.
Yeah, but they don't know if it's permanent. Right now, they're just...
That is...
Wow.
Yeah.
That was so
Yeah.
ridiculously
I can't even look at it.
unnecessary.
I can't watch
I can't
that
even look
either.
at it.
It was so ridiculously unnecessary. I want to say something before we get into it because I want to hear from everybody. I just want to say my message, my plea, my PSA to all the young brothers and sisters out there. Please listen. Just listen to the cops, man. Comply. It's not worth it. We don't need another funeral. We don't need another fatality, man. Because I hate to say it, if that brother had stopped, you know, there's a good chance that he would still be alive today. And I can't guarantee that because you look at somebody like George Floyd who put up no type of fight and they killed him anyway. But I would just say to all the brothers, it's something I'm going to have to say to my two sons. It's not worth us going to another funeral. Just listen to him, man. Just listen to him. It's not worth it because anytime a black man does not listen, they instantly are going to be afraid. They're instantly going to say, how do I know he wasn't going to go get a gun? How did I know he wasn't going to try to harm me? So just knowing that, your best bet, especially like, you don't have nothing to hide, you don't plan on running, man, just listen because unfortunately, we have too many examples of these things happening. This man's children were sitting in the back seat and they had to, to witness this, man. It's just heart-wrenching as a human being, heart-wrenching as a father, and it's just disgusting. Said what you're feeling on this whole thing, man.
Yeah, I know. We've had these. It sounds like we keep having these same conversations over and over again, man. And I think, I don't want to say it's not resonating within our community. I think there are learning lessons, no matter how many times we have to be redundant in them happening. I think obviously you're definitely bringing a lot of information with people on how we can take an active role, but at the same time, that doesn't mute the conversation with just simply Black Lives Mattering, right? And I think we constantly keep seeing the validity of having to put that into the airwaves so that, somehow this can possibly be able to affect policy, somehow can spark the emotions of people so we can have behavioral differences. We shouldn't be able to have laws in place to actually protect us, but can just people be civil? So I think these are the things that's, as we constantly see these conversations coming up, we have to figure out what are the solutions in our own respective rights, whether it be us as Black men, what can we do to help solve it? For all of our Caucasian friends, what can they do to help solve it? If you're a police person, what can you do within the police force? If you're a political person, what can you do within policy? So I think the best thing for us to do is how can we all collectively in our own respective rights make positive change?
I'm not validating any of these cops' actions in any kind of way. But I just want all the brothers and sisters to know that, like, man, the odds are not in our favor. If you follow me, you'll see that what I posted on my page today, man, literally a split screen of how they treat white people and then how they treat us. You all saw the video. I mean, this white dude damn near beat up the cop, ran for him, screamed at him, like everything on the planet. And this dude gets away and actually jacked the cop for his car, not a scratch. Whereas this brother, for the fact that he did not listen, this cop shot him 7 times, man. 7 times, Savvy. Is that justifiable?
Savvy? No way, no how is it justifiable. But like said, it's redundant. It continues to happen. And you know what everybody says, just like you just said, which I totally agree with you. But this is what people are going to say. They're going to say, oh, well, if you just listen to the police, well, this would never happen to you. Well, what about the white people that don't listen to the police and chase cops with knives and they're just running from them or doing everything they can to not kill them? But it's just like you just said, Alex, there's Black people out there that's just fed up, bro. Like, they're just fed up, man. Like, we have rights. We abide by the same constitutional rights that everybody else should have in America. So just because I choose to walk away from you or don't listen to you, you don't got the right to put 7 slugs in my back. But at the end of the day, I do agree with you. you have a better chance at survival if you do listen to them. And like you said, if it ends up they're violating your rights, then sue them later. You know, get your lawyer, sue their asses later. But in the heat of the moment, listen to anything they say, just so you won't end up being a hashtag.
Absolutely, man. I mean, Betsy, what's your feeling on it? I know you saw the video also.
I mean, yeah, you could say listen to the police all you want, but when someone is in the heat of a moment, nobody's thinking logical, and
but they need to.
Okay, okay, that's fine. That's fine. But if you just had this heated fight with someone or something just happened and then cops show up and you're like, I'm out of here. Okay. You might not know that you're not thinking logically, because if somebody pisses me off so bad, I might cock them in the face, and I'm not thinking logically because you just angered me so bad. So you cannot, people, when they're in that, people might not be thinking logically. And when two police officers are that close to one person, all it takes, keep your gun out, that's fine. The other one, drop a gun, tase the person, or slam them to the ground and arrest them if something's going on. You are this, to me, I mean, I'm that close to a person, and I'm a cop, and I'm physically fit, and I can't just dive on somebody and bring them to the ground without shooting them and killing them and paralyzing them. I don't understand. I mean, that's my thought. That's my thought. I could, Alex, if I was that close to you and you pissed me off that bad, I could dive at you and clock you in the head. Okay,
right.
That's how close I am to you at this point. Do I need to shoot you? I just don't feel like I need to shoot you.
And you know what's so unfortunate? It's like other ways to apprehend doesn't even come into play. It's like the last thing that you could have. First of all, you know good and goddamn well. I mean, we're looking at it on a video from a phone across the street, and we can tell that man didn't have a gun. So if you're up close and personal, you could tell there was nothing in his hands. Nigga, you could have tackled him. You could have pushed him against the car.
Yeah, anything.
Tase him,
spray him with mace, whatever you
anything.
The gun should have been the absolute last resort if you felt that the cop's life was now in danger and he was threatened. In that situation, from what we saw, his life wasn't in danger. He wasn't being threatened to the point to where he had to pull out a gun to someone who is walking away from him.
I think for a lot of times, I think a lot of this happens in training, right? So it's kind of really even more traumatic for us, because from what I understand, when they go through the training process, they are desensitized for human life or just life in itself. So I think for a lot of them, they have been trained to trigger, like in the military, you go through boot camp and they desensitize you to think in a self-identifying mode. You think based on what we instruct you to do. So I think a lot of times we take for granted the fact that a lot of these cops have been desensitized to even think about life in itself, whether it be human life, whether it be Black life. I just saw a post yesterday with a Black lady had her dog, and her dog was loose in her front yard, in a gated front yard. And the police was walking by looking for some other suspect, and they had their dog and was walking their dog. And Betsy, this probably will really resonate well with you. Or I would love to hear your opinion, as Savvy would say. I'd love to get your take on this. And so the lady had her dog loose within her gate. The cops were coming by, and they were coming from some kind of drug bust. So they brought the sniffing dogs. And so the cop dog was on a leash, and the dog was a little too close to the gate, but the gate had an opening in it, and the two dogs were barking at each other. And the cop dog took a grapple hold and a bite and put the head of that whole other little dog in its mouth, and had like locked in on the loose dog that was in his yard behind the gate. The police could not get the police dog to let the grip off the other dog. And so the police had to shoot the other dog, not the cop dog, but it had to shoot the other dog. And that was the only way they can get the cop dog to release itself off the dog. So this lady had it all on camera. Her video security camera caught everything. And I said that to say that in this example, that the cops said that it was only way that they could get that but more importantly, that the life of the dog was such in low revere that it had to just innocently just kill this dog. And it was literally a split second. It was like, let me just shoot this dog and kill it because that's the only way I'm going to get my dog to let it go.
And it's crazy that you're saying that. And I hate to say it. It's like we, to a lot of them, are looked at as lower than dogs.
Correct.
Right. I mean, I hate to, and I'm not, and that's no knock on the dog lovers. That's no knock on Betsy. It's no knock on anybody that loves their dogs. I get that. But for a man to pull out a gun and shoot another man 7 times in his back, in his brain, to me, I've never met that man, but his life is disposable. It's what we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
I hate to keep sounding like it is a racist thing, but you guys, I hate to say it. I mean, I guess I actually gotta ask you, Betsy, do you think? If he was white, would they have done that? I'm just asking you, Betsy.
That I do not know, but that, I do feel that cops fear black men more than white. I mean, it's clear in statistics, okay? But I do think that cops kill white people. I do think they kill Latin people. Absolutely. I mean, there's been a number of cases that have come out with, different races of guys. But do I think, I do think they're less likely to pull the trigger. I mean, I feel bad bringing it up, but it's like a white kid or an Asian kid that shoots up a school and how they get treated by the cops when they're being taken in, and they just shot up a school kid and how the cops treat them versus a black man that gets pulled over for drinking and driving. I mean, my God, but I do believe that just in general, I mean, look, it's my belief system. I don't care. I'm from New Orleans. I grew up with black people. I grew up with white people. I grew up with Italian people.
Right.
I do think that just in general, black people have it harder in life. They always have to go the extra mile. It's like, even look at people bashing Kamala Harris. I mean, get over it.
Right. Well, we appreciate, on behalf of all of the African Americans, we appreciate a person that is of another race that understands that. That's why we really love you, Betsy. You get it. You understand. And I am in no way saying that every single cop is bad, that all white people are bad, all white people are racist. Absolutely not.
But racism is alive. And
it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Enough is enough, and we're fed up.
Right.
And like I think it was Savvy, or I don't know who said it up front of Doc, about we're just sick of talking about these stories. But I hope that this shows the world this is what we are talking about. This is why when you turn on the NBA game now, you see a huge banner that says Black Lives Matter. Okay? We're not talking about white people getting shot by cops. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be white people. Oh, wait a second. A white person has been shot by a cop before. I can look it up and find it for you. There's one guy that, okay, we're talking about it always happening with us.
Right.
And that's just the bottom line. It's like, okay, here we are again.
You can't fight the statistic. You cannot fight the proof written right there in front of your face.
When I watch these basketball games and I'm seeing, because they let all the guys put what they want to put message-wise on the back of their jerseys, I couldn't help but think of all the jerseys that I see that say, how many more?
Because you know why people are sick. You keep saying Black Lives Matter. Let's literally wake up and listen to the words and change your actions. If I was a cop, well, first of all, I would never be a cop because I could not be a violent person. But if I was a cop, I would wake up and I would say, what am I doing? I need to educate myself. I need to figure out what is going on in my head. Like, I need to start thinking more clearly. I need to put the gun down and maybe pull my taser out.
I hope, Betsy, that after this situation that we just saw yesterday, I hope that not only are those guys fired, not only do they get jail time, I feel like this is just another example for them and any of the other cops. I hope they use what happened to George Floyd and what happened to Jacob Blake on their police instructional tapes, worldwide and globally.
Breonna Taylor. I mean, yeah.
Taylor, we can go on and on.
You can. What are you going to do? Kill the entire black community to get every single cop arrested? I mean, it's just it needs to they need to do something more than just like, okay, this one thing happened again, another man's life. This one's paralyzed. This one's that. You know what I mean? Something more needs to happen to stop it than have another tragedy happen.
Exactly. Okay. Well,
but anyway,
now that we got that out the way, again, our prayers go out to his family and all this happening. We're going to pray for that man and hope that, like you said, he's paralyzed. Let's just hope that he gets better and he's able to speak. And not our condolences, but our prayers go out to that family. I want to switch reels because I got a good friend of mine that is joining us today. This man is a football legend. He's from the state of Texas. He'll go down as one of the greatest football players of all time. He's actually a really, really funny dude also. But I like all of us to welcome, big round of applause, my guy, Vince Young is in the building with us today. Vince Young is in the building.
My guy.
Look at you looking all corporate, like you was on the computer doing some work or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, got the computer out and everything. What's up, Vince?
Working. What's up, dog?
Man, I am doing great. Man, hanging out with my people, man. This is all my friends here. That's Sid Brass up there in the corner. You met Sid before. Houston.
Yeah.
My boy Savvy Amusing right there. Super funny.
What's up, baby?
That's my girl Betsy right there, Betsy Cox.
Hey.
Then I got my
boy. Let me borrow some of that hair. Can I borrow some of that, please?
I would love to give you some.
give him. You know what, Betsy? Give Vince like about 3 inches so he could just do a ponytail, a blonde ponytail in the back.
Right.
I was like, you be calling me, begging me to take it back.
Oh, that's crazy.
And that's my boy Doc right there with the fed up behind him.
Sir.
Doc.
And that's my Latino homie producer on the show, Raul.
What's up, sir?
How you doing, brother? Nice to meet you.
Hey, Vince, I need to hear you roll that R. Raul. So that's right. You from Texas. You from Texas, so you've been around some Hispanics before. This ain't nothing new to you.
No, that's my brothers for sure over there.
Absolutely. Man, how you holding up in this pandemic?
I'm holding, man. Shoot, I'm above water. That's all I can say. So, everything is blessed on my end. We're working. My companies, we're just staying busy, thank God. But, we're just staying safe and, man, just following the rules, man. And, that's all you can do. But I also been enjoying I've been enjoying my family time too, though.
Absolutely. Hey, man, don't it feel like you've become a better father during this pandemic?
Definitely. Because shout outs to the women, because they we be gone most of the time, but the things that the women be doing while we gone, I definitely picked up some of those habits to help out with that, though.
Absolutely, man. My wife deserves a cape. I'm gonna go get her a custom made Superwoman cape because, bro, it's like I didn't realize by being home so much how much she actually does. And then I have an amazing mother-in-law that's always coming by and helping out also. But man, it's like a whole world that I have a newfound respect for moms, and I have a newfound respect for teachers.
Yes, definitely. I was just about to say that, especially those teachers.
So Vince, how are you involved in the teaching process when you come to your kids, man? Are you right there right in front of the Zoom, like, hey, with a belt saying, hey, man, you better like, what's 1 + 1? What is 1 + 1? I said. Are you right there?
No, really. I'm more so on the behavior side. So yeah, sometimes I'll be gone. And he could be acting up and not doing what he's supposed to do. They're gonna call daddy, so I can get him clean. I can get him back on board real quick. But overall, my mother-in-law, just like Alex, she comes over. She's education. She's been in education over 30, 40 years. So
oh wow,
she just
that's
retired.
great.
Yeah, so she just retired. So she kind of just taking on the kids and making sure they doing what they supposed to do on the computer. So that's a major help for for us.
So it's almost like you got an in-house tutor.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like y'all out there in California, baby.
hey, Vince. Hey, you got a lot of California people feeling still hurt. You don't want to be like us down here, man. you don't want to be like us, Vince. Our feelings are still hurt from when was that 2006? I'm still hurting, man.
Vince,
yeah, I get it all the time.
It's crazy you bring that up, Savvy, because everybody that knows me, Vince, they know this story, but I'm gonna say it again. It is so crazy how this guy that crushed the hearts of all us Californians, all us LA dudes, all us USC fans. I never in a billion years would have thought this dude would have ended up being one of my best friends. I would have never, ever, when I tell you, when you single-handedly beat the USC Trojans that year, I was like, if I ever see this dude in public, I'm gonna kick him. I'm gonna kick him in his nuts.
Thank God I can run from your little ass. Hey, you need to tell them the story. No, you need to tell them the story about when we went back to the game in California. And I told you on the sideline, they was getting warmed up. I say, Alec, you might want to back your ass up. And he was like, no, I'm going to get this picture. Tell that story, what happened to you.
Let me just start with like this. It is the craziest thing ever. This is one of the biggest games ever. It is the first time that USC played Texas in the Coliseum. Was it ever or in like a long, long time?
I think ever first of all, but after the big game, yeah. So that was the first time ever.
After the big game, right. So I'm still USC diehard to my heart, but Mr. Texas, this nigga should put Longhorns on his head. That's how much they love him in Texas. It just happens to be I go to a USC game in the Coliseum and I'm standing on the Longhorn side. So every time that the Longhorns scored, Vince and every single one of those dudes is high-fiving, going crazy, and I'm over here hiding behind the Gatorade bottles. I can't be seen on TV, national TV, with superstars. It was Vince, Matthew McConaughey, and a few other people. If I had high-fived this dude, if I had given him a hug and a love, they would have been like, this nigga is a straight traitor. He has literally lost his mind. I don't care who gave you the tickets. People would have killed me. I just was like, dude, what am I doing? I can't believe this is happening right now.
Man, that's so funny, man.
But it was such an amazing experience because I'm such a sports fanatic, and just to see it on the field, how it really goes down, and how much love this man is given. It's almost like you always hear the stories, whether it was Magic Johnson, whether it was Larry Bird, whether it was rest in peace Kobe Bryant. You always heard, and all sports fans will know this, when you got booed in other cities, it was kind of like their way of saying, we love you. We hate that you're going to beat up on our team or beat us. But when your career was over, it was kind of like their way of going, you know what, dude? I hated your guts, but I respected your game.
Right.
You get that a lot, Vince?
Oh, yeah. They call me Trojan Killer out there when I'm in LA.
That's exactly what he did.
It's a lot of love, though. I get it from everybody, but it's a lot of love, though. Again, like I said, me and Reggie Bush are real close at Matt Liner, me and Lindell White. I mean, we talk about this game pretty much almost all the time because if somebody want to do an interview, somebody want to do something about it. So we always talking about it, but it's really good to have a good relationship with those guys still too as well.
And Vince, doesn't it go down as not just us talking and not just you talking, but literally it goes down as one of the greatest college games in college history, correct?
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. So my kids and their kids can talk about it for the rest of their lives.
And speaking of Reggie Bush,
we get another one.
Shout out to Reggie Bush, another one of my super great friends. It's just crazy. I look at it like I'm just friends with the Crips and the Bloods.
What it feel like.
I mean, I know people on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
See, the
exactly.
thing about it, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Vance, it just feel like you came into that game with a grudge, man. You feel like you got snubbed for the Heisman. They gave it to Reggie. Nobody gave y'all a chance to win. And it's like you just said, man, I'm finna come into this game and destroy these dudes at the Rose Bowl in their own city. And it just feels like, I mean, it was just no answer for you, bro. It just felt like you was a man on a mission, bro.
I was definitely pissed.
I never forget that.
I was definitely pissed off.
That last play, man.
So,
Coach asked you. He say, Vince, what do you want to do, man? What you want to do in this situation? Vince say, well, I want to run a quarterback sneak. That's what I want to do.
Right.
So Coach say, okay, Vince, I'll tell you what, we're gonna give you an option to throw the ball too, just in case they pick up on the run. So Vince drop back, he see that opening, run in, that classic picture that Raul just showed, touchdown, my heart fell out of my chest, man. Boom. I cried like a baby, man. I was just hurt, man. Oh my God.
That was team effort, man.
Oh, you know what I thought you were gonna say, Vince? Vince, you know what I thought you were gonna say when Savvy said, "Man, my heart fell out of my chest." I thought you were gonna go, "Thank you." I see they were able to revive you. You're still living.
Yeah.
Hey, so
you don't want none of that to go on.
No, exactly. So let me ask you, Vince, with all that's going on with Corona, man, and the NFL, and not just the NFL, but all sports going through what they're going through right now. I'm just gonna get straight to the point, man. If you were in the league right now, would you have a problem playing in these conditions? Because you get a lot of brothers that are like, "Yo, I got a family at home. I can't take this chance." But then the flip side is, I need this money. I'm a rookie, or I got to prove myself. Like, walk us through I want to know what you would do, and then what do you think is the mindset with some of these dudes right now in the league?
Well, I would definitely play for one, and it's not really about the money with me. It's just about you love the game, man. You just love the game so much. You can't afford to, when you're in the pros, you can't afford to just sit off that long, So I will put my trust into the NFL, medical staff to make sure we're safe, and which they will do. They actually do a pretty good job. And as you see the NBA, man, they're actually doing a really good job of keeping the guys safe and making stuff clean. That's what they're good at. And I say the same thing about the college too. I say you won't know until you let these guys play to get the research that you need to protect somebody. And that's the same thing that's going on in the world, even though we didn't know, or they said if they saying that they didn't know, whatever they may say, you have to get that information to know how to, handle the situation. If you just sit back and then just take the information from this person over here, or this taking all their data, but you're still not going to feel comfortable of something you're doing yourself. So I believe in those guys, the medical staff, people that I know that they'll do take care of their responsibilities of making sure the players are good. And they actually are doing that. So yes, I would play. You can't fault the guys that doesn't want to play. That's why I'm kind of mad about the college stuff that's going on. You can't just tell these kids they can't play. You can't just they say no. Give them an opportunity to say if they want to or not. That's what I can't stand about the college part of it. But I really feel like the NBA and the rest of the guys, baseball and everybody is doing a good job of taking care of the players. And I believe in that, definitely.
We're going to bring that college thing up in a minute. But the crazy part about it is, let's just all be real. Football ain't baseball. Football ain't basketball. Football ain't golf. You got to think about it, man. They're asking us to stay 6 feet away from everybody. On the football field, literally every single play, you are banging into somebody beyond contact, blood, sweat, tears. I mean, I personally would be terrified. Like, that wouldn't scare you. I mean, I get it that you're saying giving them a chance.
It wouldn't scare me at all because I have an immune system. I know how my body functions. It fights the virus. I mean, everything that you're supposed to do. The people that's not around, that's getting sick, they're hard headed for one, and they're not working out at all. You have to do something with your body. You have to make sure your system is accustomed to fighting things like that when you have a cold, when you have a cough. But if your body not accustomed to it and you just sitting at home eating and then relaxing, what you think gonna happen to you?
Yeah.
That's why I say people need to follow the rules of the medical staff. And then if you don't want to play, you still have an opportunity and a choice to say that.
Yeah, don't be like Lou Williams and say, I'm just gonna go get some chicken right quick at the booty club. What are you talking about? I just went to get some wings. Yeah, in her asshole. That's for sure. Like, dude,
that's not proper. That's definitely not proper safety. Then
that is not following the guidelines. When you're looking at Peaches up on the wall, smacking her ass, and COVID-19 all on the pole. I mean, the dollars that you give her, and you just went in. Now you about to bring Peaches COVID-19 back to the squad. You go to practice the next morning, and now you smelling like honey mango from the them lotions that the booty strippers wear. Yeah. So you smelling like honey mango and lemon pepper.
But yo, Alex and Vince, y'all both can like resonate with this, right? The fact that y'all both been in Houston a lot and both been into a lot of Houston clubs. You know, you pretty much know that, you know, some of the best tilapia, some of the best, you know, fried lobster, you know, you've had in the clubs. You know, I personally don't go, but, you know, I've only been able to go because I accompany, you know, you two. But I would think that, you know, you guys will be able to vouch for the fact that, you know, some of the best food you can find or the highest cuisine you can find right inside the strip club, especially after 2 o'clock in the morning.
That is true, but I think during COVID-19, I don't think you want to be eating tilapia with a uterus, with a filthy uterus in your face. I think I'm gonna stay away from the jambalaya when booty cheeks is right in my face. It's just too much going on. You know what I mean? You're worried about.
That's just a smart decision right there.
Exactly. That's just a smart decision right there.
Yeah. But we was just talking about health, you know, and it kind of spinning off what Vince said and made me think about one of my questions was that, you know, Vince, given seeing the fact that you seem to have a little bit of grasp of the health aspect of this virus going on, given them saying that they would institute all players to take a vaccine, would you take the vaccine if they told you you were playing right now and as an active player, you want to be on this field? The only way we can safely measure, seeing that you have a lot of faith and trust in the medical staff, do you have enough faith and trust in the medical staff to take the vaccine?
No, I'm not going to be a guinea pig.
You're going to be the crash test dummy.
No, I'm not going to be that guy. I've never been a guy that took medicine or just took no vaccine. I've always been a guy that my body does, you know, I'm used to fighting that stuff right by itself, you know, getting rest or drinking more water or taking my vitamins. I'm always custom of stuff like that. I've never been a guy that's doing all the type of stuff that they got going on in our world right now. And me and my family, we're definitely not going to be no guinea pigs for sure. So no, I would not take no vaccine, not at all.
Absolutely.
Sir.
Now you mean to tell me your grandmother didn't give you no Robitussin and Robitussin didn't help fix all your ills and problems in life?
Vicks on your chest.
You had some Vicks Vapor Rub. Now, baby, put that in your mouth.
Definitely got some Vicks for sure.
Right. Hey,
but I was never a guy. I'm still to this day. Knock on wood, I don't get sick. So I'm gonna knock on wood, but I'm always been a healthy guy. So, you know, I always try to preach that to people about, you know, your mental health, especially our people, man. So I try to teach them all the time. I got a gym that's doing really good, and we preach that, man, about just doing something. Do something. If you're walking, I don't care what it is.
Stay active.
Just stay active. That's because that's going to help you burn and you let your body fight all that what's going on in our world. I mean, just walking outside, you never know what you're sniffing. You know what I mean?
That is very true.
So you just got to be careful, man.
Hey, man,
got to be careful.
Some cities you walk outside, it just be cocaine and heroin in the air. Like, how the fuck am I this high?
I just got below. Yeah, I done got below that fast.
Jesus Christ, all I did was get the newspaper. Wow.
Exactly.
Hey, let me ask you this, Vince. Let me ask you this, man. Being that you're a black man and you're a quarterback, if you were in the league right now, would you be that dude to also be with Cap and take that knee?
No, I wouldn't take a knee. No, I wouldn't take a knee, but I definitely would be right there with him, fighting that war with him, though, for sure. Because I am a black. Nah, because my family military, so I got Army, I got Navy people in my family, so I get that point of that. But what he's fighting for, I'm definitely with that all day. So I mean, I was a black quarterback in NFL. I went through the BS myself, and now he's dealing with it. Cam Newton is dealing with it. How's this guy only making less? I mean, making minimum than he used to be an MVP quarterback of the NFL. You got other guys making more than him. So I get it because I went through it. I went through that. Well, Mike Vick went through it. I was that kid. Always talking about it. You're not smart enough to play the game. So I get it, and it's on another level now. That now they're starting to kill us now. So. I mean, it's very sad, man, because, I mean, I done drop a tear every time I see this type of stuff on video, on TV. Absolutely, and I was shedding a tear. I was shedding a tear when us black American quarterbacks were playing the game. They said, we not quarterbacks, we athletic quarterbacks. I'm like, how can we just be quarterbacks just like everybody else?
No, absolutely. And I'm happy that you brought that up because you're going to really see how much of a sports fanatic I am on these next few questions. Speaking of that, I would like to know who were some of your black quarterback heroes growing up as a kid? Who did you look up to and were like, I want to be like that? Because obviously, let's just take a year. What was your senior year in high school? The year?
Oh, man, boy. 2002.
Okay.
2002.
Okay, let's just be real. By 2002, times were changing. It was shifting. We were starting to definitely get more and more black quarterbacks. At that time, obviously, you grew up watching the Randall Cunninghams and rest in peace, your boy Steve McNair and Warren Moon. But who were the guys that you so-called modeled your game after before you got to the NFL?
Well, definitely Steve McNair. Charlie Ward,
Donovan
McNabb, definitely Mike Vick, but mainly Steve McNair because I had a relationship with him when I was, a kid in Little League football all the way up to the pros until he passed away. That was my mentor. That's who I first met. And
Speaking of that, not to cut you off, while Vince is talking, could you please bring up some of those pictures of Steve McNair because I knew that we were going to get on that topic, and I have a few things I want to ask Vince about because that man was an amazing dude, right, Vince?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mississippi, Mount Olive.
Alcorn State.
Down-to-earth brother. Yeah, down-to-earth brother, man. I mean, it was to the point that he took we had similarities for one. That, his father wasn't around, my father wasn't around, and then a friend of ours, went to play basketball at Alcorn and at New Steve, and he picked me up one day. Was like, man, I want to take you to a football camp. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Let's get better there. And we driving into Mississippi, and I pull a navigator pulls up, and I was just shocked, like, who is this? This navigator clean. Whoever it is, they got some money. I know that. And the window goes down, and it's Steve McNair. I just lose my mind because I was a huge fan of him. I'm from Houston, and I remember when he got drafted, when he first came into the game. It was just amazing to be at his football camp, and was a great surprise for my uncle that took me down. And ever since then, I did a really good job at his campus. And he told my uncle, like, whatever that kid needs, I want to make sure I'm going to be a mentor, but be somebody for him to talk to. So I thought that was pretty good for an MVP quarterback to take his time out of his busy life and be there for me. I thought that was pretty cool. So I was always after that, just in love with everything about him.
And how crazy is that all happened, and then boom, you end up going to the Titans.
It was crazy because I mean, again, that's all we talked about is, son, I hope everything works out for you, and I'll be able you would be able to come play for the Titans, and I'll be able to mentor you, you know, as a second string quarterback until you take my job from me.
Oh, he said that to you?
Yeah, I mean, we had that type of relationship, and you know, when I was coming in, and then you know the situation, the Titans let him go. I was really upset because I really wanted to play behind him and you know, kind of learn from him on the game. But at the same time, I did that was my dude right there.
And what's crazy, Vince, is that kind of leads me to this next subject, which is on the same subject. Do you think with the shift of everything that's going on in Black America, with the youth, with colleges, because it's starting to happen, man, you're starting to see some prize, top-notch players that could have easily go to the Texases and the UCLAs and the Dukes and all these other schools. They're now picking Black colleges, HBCUs. I mean, you see Steve McNair did it. Actually, there's been some great superstar players over there. There's been some Hall of Famers that have come from Black schools. The Jerry Rices, the Walter Paytons, the Doug Williams, and Grambling. Yeah. You know what I mean? Do you think that there's a possibility that some of these kids will give these HBCUs a shot now?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, and I mean it is a special thing. But I tell people, man, make sure you do whatever you feel is comfortable for you. Don't just go to these Black universities because of what the situation is going on. You know what I mean? You know, you're gonna really go do something. Make sure you're comfortable with where you at in your own skin. You know what I mean? Because the fight that we're fighting is huge. You know, this fight right here that we got, this what's going on is it's so sad. I just don't want our people telling our younger guys to go to the Black university because of, you know, certain things they are saying. You know what I mean? Like, let's go there because this and that. No, let's go there because of what you just said. Like, you know, you got Strahan, guys like that, like you said, Steve McNair. Let's talk about that type of history. Let's not go there because now we need to support our own more than whatever. We're supposed to have been already doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be somebody telling you because somebody got shot or this situation is going on, you need to go to a Black university. You need to have your own feelings and thoughts why you want to go to that university, and also study the history of it, like you're saying. You know, and right now I just don't hope these young guys are getting the wrong impression to go make this decision because of what's going on in the world. I need you to focus on you and what you believe in, because everybody else like us and me and you and everybody sit on this call, we know what we believe in, what we fighting for and all of the above. So make sure when you making that decision, you understand what you're making. You know what I mean? Because
it's a decision. It's a decision that will affect you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all I want most of our young people to understand that.
But let me ask you this, man.
Just don't do it because somebody's telling you to do it. You know what I mean?
Right. You were very fortunate to end up going to one of the biggest schools, not only in football, but in American college history, which is Texas, right? But my question to you was, were you recruited by any of those Black schools? Or were you just so big that a school like that wouldn't have even come your way because a school like Texas was just going to take you away? And I guess it's a two-part question. Did you consider it? Was it even in the back of your brain?
I almost went to Grambling. Me and Doug Williams had a really good relationship when I was coming out of college.
Wow.
I almost went to Grambling. Yeah, Grambling and Southern. I almost went to both of those, to TSU, to those universities, because they did a really good job of recruiting me. They didn't think that they didn't have opportunity because they communicated to me. And I appreciate Doug Williams and them for doing that, because those schools definitely be thinking that they don't have a shot of getting a guy like myself or another top, athlete. But if you communicate with me and you talking to me and you showing interest, and then he's already Doug Williams anyway. I mean, I respect him.
Of course.
Yeah. But at the same time, what I did like about them, about the Black universities, they communicated to me. You know, they didn't
And you
say
went to
no, we
your
don't have a
own.
chance.
Right.
Yeah, they let me make my decision, but I did like that they was recruiting me. We was in conversation. That's what the beautiful part was
Oh, by the
about it
way,
as well. And till this day, we still communicate as well.
by the way, we have a fellow HBCU brother on this call right now. That's brother Said Brass right there. He went to Prairie View. You ever heard of Prairie View?
Of course.
PV. Of
Yeah, no
course.
doubt. Yeah,
My
no doubt.
nephew there right now playing golf right now. My nephew.
Oh,
there
he's on the
playing
team?
golf.
He's on the team there?
Yeah. Yeah. And my other nephew, the head drum major. So yeah, we still got ties over there.
Oh yeah, come on, man. PV has a rich history, man, and I'm always love to shout them out at every course that opportunity I can, especially seeing the growth of the SWAC conference right now. I think I'm excited to see football. They're doing some like really amazing things. They've already announced as a conference, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think any collegiate conference, at least D1, has announced that they're going to play football, but they're going to do it in the spring season. So shout out to Charles McClellan for being the AD, also a PV alum of the SWAC conference, and already putting the whole conference schedule and quarantining, in fact, and for the whole spring semester. So we're going to see spring college football, which will be different.
Right.
I don't think we'll see that in any conference. So maybe that'll be a first step. Maybe that'll be the first step for some of the other conference to follow suit.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's the type of stuff you're talking about right there. What are we talking about? History.
Hey, Vince, let me ask you a question, man, because you brought his name up earlier, and I feel like, hey, man, I got to ask Vince this because you've been on that gridiron, you've been between those lines, and you can really give us some insight. Everybody wants to know, like, how do you think Cam Newton is going to work out in that Belichick system? Is it really the system of Belichick, or is it Tom Brady was that goddamn good, or anybody could just work in that system? Do you think he's going to shine? Do you think finally he got a line? What?
Well, I think Cam is Cam, man. Cam is an athlete, man. He's a competitor. Can't nobody take that from him. That's like me telling you guys on, all the things that you guys do right now. Y'all not good at y'all craft. You know what I mean? That ain't heard of. Y'all at the top of y'all pedestal at y'all craft. So he the same way. He just had injuries. He just got to get back out there to play and show everybody he can still have it. And then on top of that, having somebody that believe in him, like a Belichick, fit the offense around him, some of the things that he never had too much of when he was playing in Carolina. I mean, he has somebody like that now, that believe in him. And I think he's going to enjoy playing for Coach Belichick because Coach Belichick is a straightforward guy. He going to treat you like an adult. He going to tell you what he wants, and that's all he asks for. And you can do whatever you want to too. If you just apply by the rules, just do what I ask. And Andy Reid is like that. Coach McCarthy is like that. Some of those coaches out there are just like that. And all you got to do is just buy into what they telling you to do, and you can do that. So their system. So Cam gonna be all right. Hey, all you got to do is get to work like he's doing. Work.
Savvy, I know you wanted to say something about that also, Savvy.
About what? About the Cam Newton situation? Yeah, Vince pretty much answered the question, man, because like you say, it's not like Cam Newton's career was on a downward spiral. The man was injured, man. He was injured, and so all he needed was for a coach and a team to give him an opportunity. And I believe that this is a very good opportunity to work under Bill Belichick and just let that man do him. Of course, the system is going to be different. Newton is not really known to be a pocket passer. So it's going to be a little bit different over there with the Patriots, but I believe he's going to do very well, man.
How does that? And then another thing, and also another thing with that too, Cam and guys like Winston. The reason why these guys sometimes didn't excel a little bit more in the passing game is because they are throwing the ball down the field a little bit deeper. So when you have an offensive line that cannot protect that long, when you saw Tom Brady making more short throws, that's when you gotta implement that into the playing game. And a lot of times, Winston and Cam, they was doing the deep throws because they got a really strong arm, which is fine. But if you don't have an offensive line to protect him to make that long throw, okay, then let's start with some little small routes.
Yeah,
which Belichick and Tom Brady are really good at. Like a lot of people don't know, a lot of his throws don't be deep down the field until everybody started to see him throwing the little short throws, and then that's when the deep one opened up. But you just got to play the game, and Belichick and Tom Brady were very smart at playing the game.
Vince, I swear to God.
Just take what they're giving you.
Vince, I swear to God, for the first time ever, you made me feel like I was a quarterback for 3 seconds. you said something that made so, as much of as a fanatic that I am, I never really thought of it like that. You just put it so simply. Like any of us that watch football, you very rarely see Tom Brady with the deep ball. And like you said, it happens when it happens. Yeah, but that line is built for whatever, 5 seconds. Dump, 5 seconds dump, and you just gradually move forward. Next thing you know, you're up 27-3. And people are like, how did that happen? They're blocking.
On top of that, they're going to draft these kids that are good in the short range areas. So they short route game, the little dude that's supposed to be holding him, they cannot hold him.
Like an Amendola, type dude, or those little short. What's the other dude?
Short routes.
Wes Welker.
He ran short routes all day. They ran short routes all day until they made somebody miss, and then they turned into a big explosive play. But if you notice, they was just boom, 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 boom.
And you know what's crazy? What's crazy is you can't be mad at a coach and a team for doing that, because guess what? Not everybody's going to be blessed to have a Vince Young, a Cam Newton as a quarterback. You're not gonna have that dude that's a freak of nature, 6'5", can throw the ball a country mile and run over everybody. Sometimes you gotta really go with the plays and the system, because when you think about it, man, I could probably go out there and beat Tom Brady in a race right now.
They believe in it. They believe in their system. You still gotta stop it. Everybody talking about the football, how much it weighs. The ball weighed 13 pounds. It's supposed to be 12. Okay, fool, but you still got to stop them. I don't care how heavy the damn ball was. You still got to stop them. Same thing when I played against Peyton Manning. Everybody knew what Peyton Manning was running. We still couldn't stop it. I'm like, man, y'all know he's about to throw the ball right down the middle of the field. We in zone. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not rocket science, but it is what it is.
I got a question for you, man. Who are some? And Raul, I sent you some pictures because I just figured these was going to be some names that Vince was going to bring up. Who are some of the young brothers in the league right now, quarterbacks that you like? Who are some of the guys that you like that you think got some serious potential to be the next superstar in the NFL?
Well, I definitely like Russell Wilson. Definitely like Lamar Jackson.
Tell me why.
Patrick Mahomes.
What about Lamar? Because he reminded me a lot of you. Was that tall, lanky. I mean, he didn't have what was your playing weight, Vince?
230.
Okay, so what is Lamar Jackson? He's a little bit lighter than me. What's his weight?
Lamar he probably right at 200, 203.
Wow. And then what's his height?
He just.
Raul, where are those pictures at?
Probably 5'8".
Okay,
He's
and
not
then what?
Too tall.
What about Deshaun?
Deshaun, that's my boy. He a beast too. I'm just proud of them, man. These guys, they working behind the scenes, man, and they understand what we fighting for. They telling us that we can't. And every quarterback we talking about, every draft, there's something about the black quarterback.
Yeah.
This year was Jalen Hurts. This year was Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Last year, year before that, it was Lamar Jackson. Yeah. When I was coming out, it was me. It's always something about us African-American quarterbacks. So they understand what we got to prove is, okay, man, we can play this game if y'all give us an opportunity.
Right. Absolutely.
And I'm so happy. I'm so happy for Lamar Jackson, man, because he went through that BS when he was coming into the draft.
Absolutely.
Now he MVP of the NFL. That's just show the NFL
huge. That was huge.
It's huge, right? We gotta adjust to these athletes, and they throwing the ball too. So you can't just say they're running.
Absolutely.
Right? Making accurate throws as well too that you say we couldn't make, or read defense, cover two, all these type of things. So I'm very proud of the young man. They doing what they supposed to do right now.
Exactly. Right. I know you probably get this question all the time, man. And even me and you sitting down smoking cigars, I wanted to ask you this. Man, do you think that these college athletes should get paid?
I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody else getting paid off you, so
Right.
Long as you got, it's to me, I like it because a lot of these athletes and parents don't have no idea about financial illiteracy, right? So me and my parents, we was that same person. So to have an opportunity to learn it early of something, how this game goes, of the stuff that does, the stuff that goes on off the field, to have an opportunity to teach, the same thing Lamar Jackson's mom is doing for him. She learned that off the field, and she was better for him as he got into the pros, right?
Wait, what is his mom? For the people that don't know, not to cut you off, but for the people that don't know, what did Lamar's mom do for him?
She was his representation.
Oh, that's
she
dope.
Represented her own son.
So she's what we call a momager.
Yeah.
Momager.
She was the agent. She the agent. So
wow.
She learned that. She learned that by her profession, her business, everything. So that's good for some of these parents who don't know that they can learn early how to protect their son. Because as soon as your son signs that paper, he is gone. There's so much about to go on with him. But if you don't have that right protection or somebody protecting him, you might make some mistakes. You might do this, you might do that, especially at that young age. There's a lot of stuff goes on when you're making that decision. So it's good for our parents who are illiterate to some of those things, like mine was, to have a way of trying to learn that stuff now. Right. And it's good that these people are making money on these players anyway. So it's good for a young man and his family to make money for themselves without somebody like the feds coming in, like NCAA, that's what I call them. I call NCAA that, coming in and want to tell you and ask you all these questions. Have you been making money here and all this? I'm like, man, come on, man. Everybody making money off me. I can't make no money at all.
Hey, man, let me tell you something, Vince. I know you've seen the 30 for 30s. You watch 30 for 30s?
Yeah.
Did you see the Fab Five 30 for 30 with Chris Webber and all them?
Yes, definitely.
I always think of that team, and I think of you. And I'm going to tell you why I think of you. Because Michigan was as big as it got at that time, around that time, in college basketball, right? Texas, I was trying to explain to somebody how huge, and you back me up on this once I say this, how huge football is in the state of Texas. On a regular Saturday afternoon, not only have I witnessed it with you, because I've been to games with you in that stadium, right? You guys on a regular Saturday afternoon, and it don't even have to be a huge team. It could have been Texas playing a community college. 120,000 people still show up every Saturday. Am I right? Am I lying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, our Texas football is huge. That's high school, everything, Little League, all that is huge. So it's just that they care about their babies.
Exactly. With that being said, Vince, I'm a businessman, man. And at the end of the day, I'm looking at games differently. I'm looking at guys, how many jerseys are they selling this week? How much food and beverage are they selling this week? Texas, if I'm correct, stop me if I'm wrong, has their own sports network. If these brothers, I could only imagine the amount of money that you guys are generating for this school, and goddamn it, you can't give me enough to go take a chick out for pizza and a movie. You telling me my jersey, I see 90-year-old Jewish white people wearing Vince Young jerseys, and you telling me I can't get a dime off of that? That's the shit that pisses me off, and I'm talking from the outside in. I'm not even in your sport. Did you guys ever think of that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's always something, man. But that's what we fighting for the change. So a lot of people say it's going to be bad for guys to do this, but I think if you these kids, this younger generation, millennials, myself, I mean, these kids are smart, man. Yeah. These young men and young women out here are smart, so we have to give them an opportunity to be creative of learning what they can do with their own brand. And we can't be, as parents or the NCAA, all these people to be scared to try something different because again, these young people gonna do it anyway. But make sure they doing it the legal way instead of putting that pressure on them. You know, I know a kid right now, he's trying to leave Texas and not play no more because his family got 8 kids at home. He don't know what to do. But everybody making money off him, and he can't make money off himself because of the rules and regulation of the college. He's willing to stop playing ball. He's willing to stop playing ball just to go get a job to help out his family. And people don't even see that because the system is teaching you to be this good athlete. They're not teaching you to change that system. Stop trying to make us the best athlete and teach us so much more than what's going to be after football. So that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on right now.
And you know, so crazy now that you said that, like, how old is that guy, would you say? 17?
Yeah, probably 18, 17 years old kid.
I had a huge argument with somebody recently, and we're talking about kids. Well, basically, let's just be real. Black students that are amazing athletes that leave early. So it was actually with a white guy. I'm not going to mention his name. He was just like, so why do they all leave early? I said, well, it goes like this. You're 17 years old, just like you said. There's 8 kids in the house, 3 people sharing a bed. Half your family's unemployed. If I could go pro out of 5th grade, I'm going to go to the goddamn pro and get this money. It's a different thing. I'll never forget. I always use the white boy. What's his name? Andrew Luck. Remember Luck? He's one of those white guys. Could have went early. He's like, no, I'm going to stay around and continue my education. And, because we never know what's going to happen. I hate to say it, a lot of white dudes can do that. In fact, a white guy could go, you know what? I think I might stay 6 more years and just get a better education. Brother, if you tell him after the first down that you can go to the Cowboys next week, that nigga is gone.
Yeah, I think what's starkly different too is that, as long as you're moving forward, right, and as long as the ball is advancing forward, and I think when in Vince's example, it's like, no, he's regressing, he's going backwards, right? And so I think that it's important that these kids know that they have to be progressing for themselves and for their family. So if you're putting yourself in a position where you can do better for your family, by all means, make the best conscious decision for your family. Exactly. But to simply just be a Band-Aid and to drop out of college and, all of your potential future, that's ahead of you for dealing with issues that are right now, I think that's even a sad scenario and a sad case for, a kid to have to be put in that position to be an adult when he should be just focusing on being a kid right now. So that's such a sad story. It's
a lot. It's a lot. That's a major topic. And I appreciate a lot of our universities starting to pay attention to it because it's a major topic. I know plenty of kids have done that, and not just athletes as well, but just a student, and a student at the university. So it's just time for us to continue to, as myself and other people out there, to keep motivating them and keep giving them information on how to, progress, like you said, forward. So
to get prepared for the next level and not just talk about sports. Correct?
Exactly. Because the system is already trying to build you up at this athlete, but they're not giving you what you kind of used the example of, like a white kid. He's getting the whole deal. He's getting the sports side of it, and he's getting the future business part of it as well.
Exactly.
So if they don't make it in football, they like, well, shit, I'm good. My family is doing good. And we all, I can just get hired by that job or that. And, it's a little bit more easier for a young black male, black young lady. So
Vince, that was my point of what I was kind of saying is like a lot of these brothers when they're in college, I mean, coming from the unfortunate background, some of these guys don't even know about bank accounts and credit cards and credit and things that just you need to know in life. So I guess that's kind of what you're saying. Like, let's teach these young brothers, give them some type of life counseling to go along with this athletic natural ability. That's kind of what you're saying, right?
And the parents.
Exactly. Because
about the parents.
And a lot of times, I guess I'm getting around to what you're saying. A lot of these young brothers that are in these colleges, they're first-generation college students. So the parents didn't go to college, and they know nothing about this stuff.
Exactly.
Hey, Vince, I want to switch subjects on you real quick, man. I heard you were a vegan for like 20 minutes.
What's that? 20 minutes?
Because I was a vegan, man. I was a vegan for like 25 minutes, brother. They all know that shit is hard, brother.
Yeah, boy. That's some
I've been a vegan for years.
Stuff.
Betsy is a full-on 100% vegan. Am I right, Betsy?
From Louisiana, vegan.
Okay. Tell us about your vegan experience, Vince, and then maybe Betsy can help you with some tips just in case you're thinking about sliding back into that lifestyle.
Well, it was tough. It was definitely hard, but I definitely like it. I like my results and everything. So, I'm pretty sure Betsy can vouch for me. Once you get it down, because I like to cook too. So once I got it down, I was pretty okay with it. It was just some of the things like cheese. I couldn't eat cheese. It was just some things that I wanted, like fish and chicken, and just, but I got better, for my whole 20 minutes. What you said, 20 seconds?
Well, when it's weird, because in LA, you could get vegan fried chicken that tastes like real chicken. It's just, but I am from Italian family, so we make all this crazy Italian food, lasagnas, meatballs, spaghetti, all that. And I use Beyond Meat and Impossible Meat, and I do the onions and the garlic just the same, and do the meatballs in the frying pan. Like I make all the same food, but it's just, and then they have like really good vegan cheese now, actually.
So
don't you say that? No, don't you say that cheese.
You gotta try
that cheese is garbage. It is garbage. It is garbage. It's like chewing on a piece of paper. I'm like, is this paper?
It looks
like this.
Yes.
It looks like a sticky tack.
Exactly. It's like having a cardboard sandwich, a nice little cardboard sandwich.
But you didn't get the right one, because if you try Kite Hill, you can't even tell.
Okay, can you say the name of that again? Because I'm pretty sure Vince Young has no fucking clue what you just said.
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
I should do a blog. It's called Kite, with my accent, but Kite Hill, KITEHILL, Kite Hill.
Yeah, that's what I was eating, Kite Hill.
So Kite Hill's good, and then we have Whole Foods has the brown brand, Alex, because we know you are a Whole Foods guy.
I'm a Whole Foods dude, but let me tell you, that vegan lifestyle, and see my boy up here, Raul, the reason why his arms are out right now, because he's still doing the vegan lifestyle. That's why he's showing his guns.
No, that was tough. I ain't gonna lie, it was tough. It was hard. But I had me a whole little party though after my last day though.
I was just about to say that. They told me that they actually threw Vince Young a party for being a vegan for 1 month. But then I heard at the party they had neck bones, ribeye steak, and cheeseburgers.
We went in. I still do. I still do it during the week though. So
wait. So let me ask you something.
I do what I want on the weekend, but I still do vegan during the week.
Okay, I got a serious question though, Betsy, and this is for you. Because I didn't ask this question. When you stop. When you're a vegan, can you still drink alcohol, or is that considered not vegan?
It depends. Like I think some white wine, they strain it with egg whites. Just some though. Not. I mean. So most things are vegan, but there's some beers that have milk in it.
Did you say a beer that has milk in it?
Yeah,
really?
I think what is the beer? The dark stout.
You're talking about the stouts, yeah.
Milk in them, yeah.
So is there vegan Hennessy? I'm just curious. Is there vegan? I'm just curious. No, stop. That's hilarious. Because I know one thing. If I was a vegan,
that's vegan.
Yeah, because I'm about to say, if I was a vegan, I can't have some Ciroc on the side or goddamn Corona.
None of that.
You know what? As a vegan, I can drink Coca-Cola.
There's no drinking.
Oh my! Hey Vince, let me ask you, man, how's your golf game becoming? Because I know you like to get them sticks out, but it's been hot as hell lately. Is it hot in Texas?
Oh yeah. Come on, get some of that.
You been
It's
playing?
wet hot. It's not like LA. It's wet.
Yeah, like
hot
once a
in
week.
Texas.
Oh, like once a week?
Yes, yeah, humid. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's humid out here, very hot.
It's very.
And it's about to storm too.
Hey man, let me tell you something about Texas. Well, I know Sid knows this, but I saw a mosquito the size of a pigeon. That's when you know a mosquito is big, when you can see his face. This nigga was like, I'm fitting to bite you. I'm fitting to bite you. When you can see a mosquito's knuckles on his hands, like this nigga is gonna bite you and then choke you.
Man, you crazy as hell, boy.
Is the mosquito a boy or a girl? Could you tell?
Oh right. Yeah, no. When you can see a mosquito's nutsack and he's flying in the air, and you can tell this nigga has balls, you're like, oh my god, this mosquito dude is about to bite me.
Yeah, they are huge, boy. They are huge.
Yeah, especially in the South.
Oh,
especially in the South.
A lot of our insects, we all just call it. That's a whatchamacallit.
Oh, that's a whatchamacallit, because you can't even tell what it
We
is.
don't even know the name of it. That's a whatchamacallit. I know what that is.
That's a whatchamacallit. You'd be like, goddamn, he got wings and fingers. Jesus Christ. Damn, I ain't never seen a whatchamacallit with thumbs. This nigga got thumbs. Like, really?
That boy is crazy, boy.
Hey, so switching reels, but it's kind of because we only have a few minutes left, man. Man, did you guys? I'm gonna just involve you in this real quick. Did you see any of the Republican National Convention? Any of the bullshit that went down last night?
Oh man, hot mess. Hot mess.
Hey, you guys. Hold on.
I'll let you trade up, Alex.
Before you start, two people, Legend, come here. Two people will not let me not say without saying hi.
Oh, Halo!
That's Uncle Vince. Say hi, Uncle Vince.
Grown up. They so big now, man.
Dude, they've been standing around me for 10 minutes, like wanting to come in. I'm like, dude, let me just finish my show. Say hi to everybody. Halo, say hi. Put your head in there. Say hi.
Hi, Halo.
So let Daddy finish the Funny Don't Stop show, okay? Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
She should be the host.
I know, man. She's gonna be real soon. About to start. So, Vince, are you voting for Trump?
No, sir. I don't.
What's your Make America Great Again hat?
My heart fluttered for a little bit. Woo.
Can you believe? Can you believe this dude?
That's funny. Don't stop. Y'all need to have him on it. That's a funny dude, boy.
Man, no, for real. He is a natural lying ass comedian.
Yeah, he is. That dude,
man.
You can't take that away from him, man.
That stuff be having me crying laughing.
Yeah, he's the young liar of politics.
Pretty much. Pretty much, dude. And what's crazy is when I watched it, I didn't watch the whole thing last night. It's amazing that there are people that are standing there and still talking like he is the man. Like he's done so much for this country. And you're looking at it and we're like, who are these nobodies? I mean, I get him trying to go, we wanted regular people. Yeah, a bunch of people that you paid to get up there and speak because no one of any relevance is up there speaking on your behalf, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I think him to pull up that bag with the mail issue, that's gangster.
Oh,
my
God. Dude, he's just like,
I mean,
yeah.
I know that does not just happen.
Of course. Of course.
That is crazy.
I'm going to just take the mailboxes away. I'm going to do everything I can.
Right.
It seems like Joe Biden is starting to win. Let's take the mailboxes away, people. All you have to do to stop black people from voting, take away the mailboxes. They're not going to want to wait in the heat.
Exactly. I mean, he's so blatant with it, you guys. It's like he's so blatant. Everything from saying straight up, I'm not paying my taxes.
Right.
I'm gonna grab him by the pussy.
Yeah.
I mean, just constantly, and the dude is still in office, and we're still bringing his name up. We all know if Obama had did any of this, he would have been out of office 10 minutes in the office.
He might have been in jail for 20 years if he did any of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Speaking of that, Raul,
Raul
We lost him.
we're gonna be.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna ask him to pull up the thing about how he's still going through the fight with the Stormy Daniels chick. Like this dude got pending cases and is still president of the United States.
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of theorists say this is why he's pushing to remain in office so much, because you technically by law can't arrest a sitting president. So for a lot of people,
stop.
Yeah.
Stop it, Sid. Did you say you cannot? So if he does something blatantly wrong, like if Trump went to a club tonight and there's video of him slapping a chick at the bar, he couldn't get handcuffed and go to jail.
You can't arrest. You can indict. You can sue. You can go through all the legal process.
Yeah.
But it will not go to court. They deem it part of the country, and the country would be in turmoil if you tied up in litigation as sitting president.
So do you think? So do you think? Not to interrupt. Do you think that that's part of why he's doing all the things he's doing and saying all the things he's saying, knowing that you can't do nothing to me?
Because exactly, and which is why he's pushing so hard for re-election, because you won't be able to do anything to him, and why he took an active role in appointing judges. That's the key part. When you can appoint judges, it's like, dude, I got you your job. You know, so especially when you start talking about attorney general and some of these judge seats, that's lifetime judge seats that we see out there. You know, you see him now just basically letting all his boys out of jail free. You know, so I think that's what's going to be the key pivotal part, where a lot of people just new to the voting process or new to politics don't understand the complexities. It's not even just about, of course, it's important for us, Black Lives Matter, but I think a lot of it is just how does it affect our policy? It affects our check. It affects taxes. It affects real estate. It affects cap rate. You know, all of these things affect us, even though we might not take an active role in participating in these several different industries. So,
you know what's so crazy, man? How this guy is consistently trying to say what he's done for Black people. What he tries to say, that employment rate is at an all-time high and all this stuff. And it's like, I don't believe any of that. He doesn't have Black people up there going, hey, man, I couldn't get a job till Donald Trump got in office. You know, now I'm working like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Well, no, he does, man. That's the thing. We got to really be careful, man, because we live in our own little silo. You know, you have several people out there that he's let out of jail. You have probably his biggest mouthpiece, this one Black lady. I can't think of her name right now, but through his prison reform bill that he passed, a Black lady that got locked up in a past administration, he let her out of jail. And so a lot of Black people, man, I know a lot of unlearned Black people, they got them checks in the mail with Donald Trump name on the check, and they like, Donald Trump got me a check. I got
kind of like saying Obama never got me a check, but he did.
Yeah, you got a lot of people. We are able to think on a three-dimensional level and know that that was our money. That was taxpayer money that gave us the free money. But believe it or not, I've talked to a lot of people that's in the streets, and they had, well, Donald Trump did give us that check. And
wait, hold up. Say it. So you telling me Donald Trump is sending street niggas money?
Yes, dude.
So you trying to tell me Donald is helping out with the dice games?
I'm talking about people that's a disadvantage and low economic. There's a lot of disadvantage and low economic Black folks that got them free checks in the mail. And Donald Trump is a marketing genius, and he was smart enough to say, hold up on the checks. I want my name on there. Right. It's a lot of low-level people that don't, and I don't mean low-level as in stature. I just mean low-level as in thought, right? That we're not be able to critically think, you know, and that's a failure of a lot of us in the Black community. We're not talking about education as in scholarships and education as in diplomas. We're just talking about just critically thinking.
Common sense. Yeah.
And so I think, you know, we have to really be careful that a lot of people aren't thinking on the same wavelength of us, and don't be surprised if his percentage of African Americans is a lot higher. Just think about yesterday. We had maybe 4 or 5 different African Americans. You got Herschel Walker out there speaking up for Donald Trump. You had a Black.
But who the hell is listening to Herschel Walker, nigga?
Well, it goes back to what you guys were talking about too, though.
That'd be like you said, yeah, man. They got Todd Bridges out there talking. Toddy T with the battle ram. You know what I mean?
I think
He's
people
talking.
are listening to them. I think some people are, and I think it is because it's very different in the South. A lot of people are just living less than hand to mouth, and like said, when his name is on that check, they're like, oh my God. I mean, that was a lot of money people got, which is why I said, and I literally, you could nail me to a cross for saying it because I'm sure that I PO'd a lot of people. But if people are making less than $600 a week in the world today, that's not surviving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
sure.
There needs to be some kind of check that supplements people forever who are making less than six, in my opinion. Sorry.
But did you guys hear that a lot of Republicans are flipping turning the other cheek on him now? Like a lot of people that voted for him before, I'm even talking down to like people that protected him, people that the riding for him, they have switched reels now and they're like, we're done. I mean, they've done interviews. I watched CNN last night and they had several former Republicans that were like, I basically don't know what I was thinking, and this guy is not getting my vote this time.
Yeah, I think we just got to be careful with those things, right? They're very crafty with their tactics. I want to see that resonate through the voting box. I think a lot of times we hear that things are shifting, things are changing, and he's far behind, and his approval rating is at an all-time low. And so I think a lot of times we relax. So I think we just have to keep the gas on, saying, let's keep the information out there, go out and vote. More importantly, we just got to change the regime that we have in there now.
That's one thing we're pushing, Vince, and I want to make sure that you push that also on your platform and let everybody know. We got to use all of our voices in all of our platforms from the top to the bottom. I don't care if you're a person with 20 followers or you're a person with 20 million followers. We're trying to push minorities and African Americans to get out there and vote, to let them know that that's the way your voice is going to be heard. So Vince, to some of the young brothers out there that are watching right now that may be a fan of you, may be a fan of what you're doing in your life, what would you say before we get out of here? What would you say to some of these young people, brothers and sisters out there right now in this political climate, knowing that today, I'm going to be honest with you, I did the math. Today, we are officially 69 days away from the next election. What would you say to some of these youngsters?
Definitely vote for sure. But, the main thing I tell, people that I come in contact with, man, and just worry about your tribe, your people, your community, and keep a positive vibe, positive energy, man. Because once you bring that negative into your life, it's gonna trickle down to everybody else that you in contact with. So try in your hardest to stay positive and don't be afraid of getting mental help. So, I mean, if I was one of those young men that's going through a situation or a young lady that's going through something at their age that they're dealing with, I would, like now I do mental health. I go to therapy once a week. Those type of things has helped me keep positive mindset around me, even though sometimes things go on in my life, but keeping a positive energy and positive vibe and just worrying about just my tribe, the people that I come in contact with, the people I can control, and stop trying to, do too much. You know what I mean? You can't do a lot of stuff, man. So try to figure out how to make sure every day you wake up in the morning or you do anything, how can you make yourself better and then the people that's around you better? And then keep the positive energy. That's what I tell our younger men and young ladies out there.
Quick question to you, Vince. On a serious note, for the fact that you brought that up, if there's a young brother or sister out there watching right now and they're going through mental issues and mental problems, what is the first step that they take? Because, a lot of people, it's like people to say, I want to play football. I just don't know how to go about it. I want to be a comedian. I just don't know how to go about it. Or, man, I'm on drugs right now. I just don't know how to go about it. What would you say that first step is? Because you never know who's listening and watching right now. And they were like, man, I'm happy Vince Young said that, because a lot of times people are embarrassed to admit that they're going through mental issues. And sometimes it takes a man like yourself, other people to be like, look, man, I'm not perfect. I have problems like anybody and everybody else, but I stopped and went and got help. So how can a young brother or sister go get help? What's the first move to go get help?
Well, the first move is just praying about it and taking initiative to do it. I mean,
research.
A lot of us, research. I mean, you'll go on your cell phone and go research some music or research some clothes or some shit like that.
Yeah.
No, that's figure out how I can help myself.
Yeah.
And you have the people around you if you at a college, they have it there. Or I mean, most people just need to understand that your pastor, your mom, your dad can't do that. It's people out here that's licensed to do it. So it's a little bit different than talking to your pastor or a friend close to you. This is something that you can do for yourself, taking the time out of your busy schedule, whatever you may be doing, to not only, how most athletes, we try to be this big, swole person, but we're not feeding our mental brain like, some kids, their mom and dad might be strung out on drugs. They don't know how to deal with that. Like mine was too.
Yeah.
And it was the only way that I got an opportunity to talk about some of the things that was bothering me over some years. I had to go to a therapist and try something out different. Because what I was doing wasn't working. And I tell a young male, young lady to do that now before you get into the 18 years old, the 25-year-old, or the 36 years old. If you start that now, I mean, you're going to make better life decisions and choices because of the fact you understand who you are and some of the things that can help you make better decisions and choices.
I like that you said something a minute ago, and I'm going to hurry up, but I like that you said that basically in a nutshell, everybody has a smartphone now. I don't care whether you are a dope man on the corner or you're a neurosurgeon. The same way you can look up them Air Force Ones and what and what Kendrick Lamar's new single is, your ass can go, okay, mental help, I need help, or I'm an alcoholic, or I'm strung out on drugs, or I'm thinking about suicide. There's a reason that they call it a smartphone, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody has access to knowledge now. And we're going to end the show on that, man. And I just want to say, Vince, man, you don't know how much I truly, truly appreciate you hanging out with us here on the Funny Don't Stop show today, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
The funny don't stop, baby.
Come on, man. Hey, I know you get your Fed Up T-shirt should be getting to you like tomorrow or the next day. So when you get that, please take that picture for me. Put that fist up, because guess what? I know you fed up like all of us with the issues that are going on in this world right now. And the more of us stand up and show that Black Lives Matter, hey, man, you know what I mean? I think, like they say, silence equals violence. We got to all speak up and utilize all our platforms. So I appreciate you, man. I can't wait till this Corona stuff is done and you come back out here. We can smoke a cigar and play some golf like we always do. You know what I'm saying?
Always. Yeah, definitely. So I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate having one more big round of applause for Vince Young, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I know, hook 'em horns. There you go. Whatever. Okay. hey, Sam, let them know where they can find you at real quick, man.
Yeah, you can find me at Said Brass, just like my name spelled, SEDBRASS.
Betsy Cox.
You can find me everywhere and on all the dating apps, making sure my husband's not at Bling and Betsy Comedy.
Doc DOC.
Same thing, DOC 221ENT, and look for me on Black Planet. There you go.
Okay, you gonna put that out there though?
We out here, man. We out here.
Hey, and what's your fans only name?
I think Sed gave me, or was it Savvy? One of you guys gave me a name. What was my name?
I think it was Dick in the Dark.
No, Dick in the Dark 21. That's what it was.
That's right, Dick in the Dark 21.
Yeah.
There you go. Savvy Amusing, where can they find you at?
Yo, I'm Instagram, Savvy Amusing.
Absolutely. And make sure if you guys want to get your Fed Up, if you want to get your Fed Up t-shirts, make sure you go to thefunnydon'tstop.com. Black Lives Matter. Also, you check me out on my Instagram at funnyman Alex Thomas, but you can check me every single week right here on The funny don't stop show. I'll let you later, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
The funny don't stop show. The funny don't stop. Hey, the funny don't stop show. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop show. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop show. The funny don't stop. Hey, the funny don't stop show. The funny don't stop. Hey, the funny don't stop show. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop show. The funny don't stop.